Alrighty guys, today's a very special day. Today is the Star Wars Force Awakens release day.
Also, welcome to episode 69.
I had the special privilege of seeing the midnight release, and I'm going to tell you all about it. Not about the movie, about watching a midnight screening of a movie. So don't worry, there's not going to be any spoilers in this video.
Except I might spoil the experience of going to a midnight screening.
However, I will probably do a review of it, I'm going to say next Friday. So if you haven't seen the movie by next Friday, well, don't watch next Friday's Chatback, I guess.
You have been warned.
Anyway, midnight screenings are weird because normally if you go to the movies, say at the 6 o'clock screening or the 8 o'clock screening, it's either straight after work or not long after when you finish, you have dinner and then you go to the movies. But a midnight screening is so different. Okay, so picture this. You finish work. I finished work yesterday at about 5:30. And I'd planned to go to the cinemas at 11 o'clock so that I could get there early enough that I wouldn't have to wait in line for too long and it wasn't too early so that, I wasn't standing around for ages. So what do you do between those hours? You have a drink, you have some food, and then what? Normally you'd be preparing to go to bed, especially on a Wednesday night. That's what you do. I, however, was preparing to stay awake. So I played Zelda Ocarina of Time for, 2 or 3 hours. Got to the cinemas at 11 o'clock, picked up my ticket. The cinemas were packed. There was two screenings at the same time in 2 different cinemas. There wasn't a huge amount of seats left over, so it sold really well for a midnight screening in a town that goes to sleep at about 6 o'clock, so... Okay, so I got my Maltesers, my popcorn, and my large Sprite, and went and took my spot in the cinemas. I think I got into the cinema at 11:30, so I had half an hour to wait. So I sat there, and I watched your video there, Sad. I watched your video before The Force Awakens. Eventually, finally, the lights dimmed. And 15 minutes of bloody commercials. I was angry, I was frustrated, and then the lights went out completely. And then up on the screen, Star Wars. And the entire cinema erupted in applause. It was amazing. The feeling, I was overcome with happiness. It was just like, it was so cool. That feeling of finally seeing a new Star Wars film was amazing. So the film started, and I was sitting there eating my popcorn, eating my Maltesers, having a drink, and all of a sudden, somebody behind me fell asleep and was snoring so loud. That annoyed me. Not only were they sleeping through the first screening of the Star Wars The Force Awakens, they were ruining it for everybody else. While you're in there, it doesn't feel like it's that late. It really doesn't. There's no exposure to the outside or time or anything like that. It feels like you're watching the movie during the day. So that's great, and you don't lose energy or anything. And then the movie finishes. And all you're left with is an empty bucket of popcorn, an empty cup, and a few Maltesers. And it's 3 o'clock in the morning. And you've got to work the next day. So you rush home and get your 4 or 5 hours sleep. And then you wake up and you go to work. And you work all day and you end up absolutely exhausted. Was it worth it? Yes, 100% worth it. I would do it again. So Sad, you asked me what I think the movie will be like. Unfortunately, I know what the movie's going to be like. Well, I know what the movie is like. And I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to spoil it. Except for this one bit. There's a moment when Han Solo... What the hell, guys? What happened there? Oh, I must have had my no spoiler setting on. Oh well. Anyway, Sad, my question to you and everybody else that's watching this video is... What is the worst thing anybody has ever spoiled for you? You've been avoiding it for so long and avoiding spoilers, and then somebody goes, Luke Skywalker is Damn it, guys, I did it again. Anyway, said I will see you tomorrow. Chatback-ins, you will see me next week. Boom.
69.